Hi, and welcome to the first podcast for the Lion Foundation Young Enterprise Scheme. I'm Sasha Webb, the Regional Coordinator up in Northland. Wherever you are in the country, you'll have a Regional Coordinator just like me. We're here to help you through this year as you take on the YES program. Congratulations on choosing to do YES. This is the start of a one-year experiential course where you will create and run a small business with your classmates. More than 3,000 students throughout the country do the YES program every year, and they've created an amazing range of products and services, and you're about to join them. This is not a game of Monopoly, people. You'll be creating real products and services and selling those to real customers. You're dealing with real money and real risk. At the end of this year, your company will either have made a profit or a loss. Welcome to the big leagues. YES is an exciting and awesome opportunity, but we understand that starting a business can be a big ask. You'll have lots of support this year from your teachers, your regional coordinator, the Young Enterprise Trust, and from your business mentor. One of the first things we do to help you is hold an event called E-Day. E-Days are held throughout the country in either February or March. Check with your teacher for the date of your one. E-Day is, in most cases, a full-day workshop that is held out of school. You and all other YES students in your region will get to meet your coordinator, learn more about the program, and meet local business people who may be able to help you throughout the year. So, what do you need to do before E-Day? Well, step one is pretty simple. Listen to this podcast. So congratulations, you're already ticking it off. Step two, however, is a bit more of a challenge. Form a group with some of your classmates. This will become your Young Enterprise company. In terms of size, we recommend having 4 to 6 people in your company. If you have too few people, there's a massive workload for each team member. If you have too many people in your company, it can become really hard to manage. Remember to choose your teammates carefully. You need to have a range of skills in your team. There are 5 main roles in a YES team, and they're all quite different. You've got your CEO or Managing Director, and then 4 people who specialise in production, sales and marketing, finance and communication. Let's take a look at each one in a bit more detail so you can figure out which role best suits you. First up is the CEO or Managing Director. You're the boss of your YES company and you're at the top of the food chain. Successful CEOs are confident people, comfortable with leading others and delegating jobs within the team. To be a good CEO, you'll need to inspire and motivate your team through all the ups and downs of running a business. Ultimately, it's your job to make sure your team gets things done on time. Think Rob Fife, Sam Morgan and Anna Stretton. Next, we've got the production manager. Typically, you're the details person. You're practical, resourceful, and you don't muck around talking about stuff, you just get on and do it. This year, your YES company will come up with a product or service idea, and the production manager is responsible for bringing that idea to reality. A key part of the job is liaising with suppliers, who may be in your region, somewhere else in the country, or even overseas. It's also important for the production manager to focus on quality. It's your job to make sure your first, 50th and 500th product or service are all made to the same standards. Then we have the sales and marketing manager. This person is loud and proud. If you're someone that never shuts up in class or has 2,000 friends on Facebook, chances are you'll suit this role. You're confident and creative and not afraid to try something new. It's your job to make sure your YES company is well branded and that your products, ads and promotions look good. You're also responsible for market research, testing your product or service ideas with your target market early in the year. The fourth role is finance manager. Of course, this is the money man or money woman. As finance manager, it's your job to account for every single cent that goes into and out of your Yes Company bank account. You'll be the one who calculates how many units your company needs to sell to break even and to achieve your profit goals, whether you're aiming for a profit of $1,000 or $10,000. It's also your job to keep track of overall spending through the year, so your company can see if it's on track to achieving those profit goals. You don't need to be an accounting whiz to do this job, but it helps if you're comfortable working with numbers. Finally, we have the communication manager. The Yes program can get scarily busy at times, and you will have parts of the year where each team member is off doing their own jobs. It's the communication manager's job to be the link between team members. You're often the glue that holds the team together. It's also your responsibility to record decisions that are made in your formal company meetings and keep in touch with your regional coordinator. Think of yourself as your CEO's right-hand man or woman. Those are the key roles within your company. All of them are critically important. There's absolutely no point in having 5 CEOs because you won't actually get anything done. Likewise, you can't all focus on production. If you do, your company just won't succeed. So now you need to think about which role best suits you and which classmates you will work best with. Remember, this is not a popularity contest. It's a business, and friends don't always make the best business partners. Talk to your teacher about how teams are created in your school. You may be able to choose your teammates and role yourself, or your teacher may do that for you. If you have more than 5 people in your team, you may choose to have 2 people focus on areas like production or sales and marketing. It'll depend a wee bit on your product or service idea. If, for example, you're creating a really technical product, then it'll pay to have 2 people working together on production. Once you've got your company organised and your roles sorted, there's 2 important jobs that need to be done. The first is to come up with a name for your business. Remember, you want to project a professional image right from the start, and that means coming up with a professional name. Once you register your company with the Young Enterprise Trust, you won't be able to change that name, so choose carefully. The second job your company needs to do is sign your constitution. The Constitution is a document that sets out the rules that your company will operate under this year. You can get the Constitution from your teacher or from the YE Trust website. As members of your Yes Company, you make up the Board of Directors. Directors are the only ones allowed to vote in board meetings. As directors, you're also shareholders, which means you're entitled to a share of the profits at the end of the Yes year. Your company may also decide to sell shares to friends, family or investors so that you have some startup funds to work with. If you do this, then those shareholders will be entitled to a share of your profits as well. These people are called preferential shareholders and they cannot vote at board meetings. Hopefully you'll get all of this stuff organised and done before you head to E-Day, but it will depend on when exactly your E-Day is being held. At the very latest, you should have your Yes team organised by early March. Don't let it drag on beyond this point. You've got a lot to do this year and it's important to get started early. Right, now you need to start brainstorming for business ideas. In the past, we've seen some amazing ideas from Yes companies. Everything from clothing and homeware to sports gear to really technical products for cars and computers. Services can be anything, from party planning to computer support to online business directories. The rules around creating your product or service are fairly simple. Your business idea must comply with your school rules, whatever they are, and you cannot simply import goods and on-sell them. You need to add some value to the imported goods along the way. If you want to offer a service rather than a product, you need to provide an ongoing service business. You cannot just create a one-off event. So, in a very big nutshell, that's how you set your company up. I know it may sound daunting, but thousands of students have been in your position before and they've launched successful businesses. You can too. Get yourself organised into your Yes companies as soon as you can so that you hit the ground running this year. If you have any questions, talk to your teacher or regional coordinator. We're here to help you succeed. Thanks heaps for tuning in. The next podcast will be on conducting board meetings, and then the following one will be on business planning. I'll talk to you then.